we have somebody who is going to talk on it, startup to listening, IIFL's wealth story. Can I call Shajikumar on stage, please?
Shajikumar Dewakar. Shajikumar has over 18 years of experience spread across large private sector banks. As managing partner, Shajikumar is responsible for expanding and growing the wealth business in the southern region of India and spearheads the international business in UAE. He has varied experience with leading names including Deutsche Bank and Barclays, where he served as director. Shajikumar is a postgraduate in sales and marketing from the National Institute of Sales. He also completed his business administration from St. Joseph's College, Bangalore.
So it's great to be here. On behalf of IIFL Wealth, we really want to thank IIMBue for giving us an opportunity to be part of this prestigious event that we host every year. This is our 4th year of sponsorship. So I'm pleased to be standing before you to just take you through our journey in the last 11 years of being in existence, managing wealth of our clients in India as well as offshore. And interestingly, I've been given 10 minutes to speak about almost 4,000 days of work that we've put in actually to bring this company from being a startup to listing. So we are very, very close to listing. So I'll just take you through the journey that we've been through. Sorry. Yeah, so what if I told you that we started in 2008 in the midst of financial crisis that happened in India, and most of you are aware of what happened in 2008. Companies like Lehman Brothers actually went down the drain. So in the midst of that, we started this business of wealth management, where essentially managing clients' wealth, and then this whole financial crisis began in 2008. And what if I told you that we actually started the firm to achieve this in 2019. So today, if I were to give you some numbers, so we manage this plus this together, about 1,50,000 crores of assets. We have 33 offices across the globe. We have 299 bankers and close to about 1,000 employees. We are managing about close to 5,000 families in India. We have solutions across, despite being a wealth management firm, we have solutions across, credit, trust, corporate finances. We have asset management companies. So we kind of build a franchise and platform which is catering to the entire HNI community in India. So the question is, at the start in 2008, if you had asked me this question, would you have achieved any of this? I would be lying saying that we had the vision to achieve any of this. Okay, so we realize today that everything in hindsight, it's almost 80% of vision is in hindsight, and foresight is only 20% of the whole vision, right? So this is what we've achieved today. So we also have received 86 awards in the last 10 years. That's like 8 awards a year, right? So, and it has come from, some of the awards are even rated by our competition, and competition is actually rated as saying that we are one of the best wealth managers in the country. So that is a feather on our hat. So we have everyone who are actually kind of out there to actually rate the wealth management industry. So this is the kind of achievement that we've had in the last 11 years. Now, up to there is what we've achieved in 2019. But if you go back to 2008, in the midst of financial crises when we started, right? So you start in the month of April, May, and then you see Lehman crisis happening in the month of September. In the entire 1 year, we were really wondering whether we set out to actually do something, wanted to do something great, but we were actually questioning ourselves whether we'll be able to achieve what we actually wanted to achieve, right? And this is the biggest barometer for us, or life support for us, because if markets perform very well, then a wealth manager automatically has little bit of edge over in a market like this. So when we started in 2008, just to give you a number, Sensex was about 21,000 levels. At the bottom, we've touched about 8,000 levels. In this, markets are only going down, and that's when we kind of put our entire minds together to ensure that this business that we set out to start is indeed there to survive. So I just wanted to show you this. Every startup, when you decide to go out there and do something, you'll have the primary thing that is required for your business may just stumble, right? That is the time, those are treated as crises, and that is the time for you to come out and say, hey, listen, I'm going to reinvent myself, I'm going to innovate, I'm going to ensure that without a baggage that I started, I could use that opportunity to do something even bigger, right? So that was the reason that I put this slide out. Now, what led to us starting IIFL Wealth? It's an important thing for all of us to understand. There are multiple reasons why people go out there to actually start something on their own, right? So you identify a gap, saying that I'm going to fill this gap, I'm going to make sure that the world looks better than what it is today. So that's one of the reasons. And in our case, the gap was there was no big, pure wealth managers in the country. It is always led by financial institutions who kind of had a wealth management arm with few bankers actually catering to some of the HNIs, right? So our biggest challenge that we actually took on our side, saying, hey, we don't have clients because we don't have a big brand to support, but we will create a platform, product, people, and to a process and everything that is around this wealth management and be a pure play wealth managers in the country. And from that journey of 2008, pure play wealth management, is kind of played out very well for us, because today that became very well. Today in our conversation with clients, this is a very, very important factor, because they like a very, very high focus and a pure wealth management play as opposed to bank-led wealth management or financial institutions-led wealth management firms. So we have zero distraction as far as wealth management is concerned. We cater to all our clients the way it supposed to be done, right? So that was one reason. So there was a gap. Pure play wealth management is required. The second reason that we really thought through was, as an employee, when you're peaking out in your professional careers, you had these promoters that you're reporting to, and the equations were not in favor of employees, and it was exactly against what founders or promoters are doing. And I'll just give you a math and stay with me on this, because this is one of the primary reasons. So I brought $100 to the firm. Post-tax basis, I got only $13 or $12 in my pocket, right? And firm made about 3 times of what I made, right? That was not the issue. So if firm makes $36 and I make $12, it's absolutely a fine thing. But there is an element called multiples that the firm makes, which is market actually for a growing business pays about a certain multiples. In our case, it was as high as 20, 25 times. So your $36 actually looked $700. Then the equation looked very bad. So one side you had $12 and the other side you had $700, and then we said that is the complete disparity between an employee, a professional versus a promoter or a founder. So that is one of the reasons, which is obviously lead to money, and you want to make money and all that. So that is one of the reasons we said we go out and be part of the 700 and as opposed to be part of the only 12. And one of the learning that we have from that is we will make sure our employees also exactly be given an opportunity to be a professional entrepreneur and also make the same kind of money that the promoters make. So 25% of the firm, even today, is owned by the IIFL employees, right? So 75% held by the private equity and the founder, different promoters, but 25% is still held by the employees. So that is the second reason that we thought, entrepreneurship makes loads of sense, right? So we had a healthy start. We had a massive team. We started off with 7, 8 people. So great set of people, great experience, having worked in this domain. The idea was to get the best team together and then ensure that the team puts in all their effort to grab the opportunities that we have, right? So the team continues to stay. All of them are there even today. We've added from 7 to about 1,000 employees. We all have the senior employees still working with us because we've been able to retain all of them, making them entrepreneurs. So everybody behaves like an entrepreneur. So that's a start. This is a team who started. So we've grown from strength to strength. So just to break this into 3 phases, right? So IIFL Wealth has 3 phases, going through the third one. So the first phase was actually put in hard work and actually build the brand, build the platform, build the product, making sure that you acquire clients, bring in all that together, and be right on top on the wealth management side. The second phase that we started was 2015, when General Atlantic actually picked up 20% stake in our firm, which kind of valued our firm at a certain level. Employees are very happy because they were all owners of the firm. We saw the second phase of our growth, where we, from 60,000 crores of assets under management, we grew up to about 1,30,000 crores of asset management. Today is the third phase where we're going through a listing, right? So we've already out there, we've demerged our companies. We're actually going through the process of listing. We might get listed in about 15 days. We believe that the third phase of our growth will come in post the listing. I'll take you through that in a bit. So why we feel that there is a great opportunity in India for wealth managers, anybody who's looking at career in wealth management, there are 4 things that I'm going to cover quickly. One, you're born in the right country. I'm only referring to the wealth management space. You're born in the right country. The country is growing. It's a very, very important thing that, this kind of takes over 40% of your work because this country is growing, right? The second thing is you actually started a startup in a right industry, and the industry is growing at over 20%. So that's another thing. We got lucky because we all came together to do something which is in the space or the industry which is only growing. So you have country growing, you have industry growing. You got to choose the right company, and we believe that we are the right company to work for because wealth management is the only thing that we do, and focused, we put our heart and soul into. And the last thing, which is only 10% of the total equation, is to actually have the right team, right? So all that you need to do, just focus on that 10%, right? So you don't have to worry about rest of it. Rest of it is already ensured. Just get the job at IIFL. Then you make sure that you are in the right team and then participate in the entire growth. Because from a wealth management perspective, India is a great country to be in. So we're going to get listed here, NSE and BSE, end of August. That's where we go now. One last thing that I want to tell you, being listed and unlisted in India, there are a lot of companies unlisted and are getting a better valuation and a better recognition. The listed has a lot of regulatory aspects that we need to cover up. So loads of responsibility that comes the moment you are listed, but we want to stay listed because our employees and our shareholders all believe that that's the right way to go. This is the team, the lessons that we learned. We are on the other side right now. All this while, we thought we wanted to be an entrepreneur because of X reasons. Okay, the reasons were large part of the pie was taken by the promoters. Now we, on the other side, the reverse our roles, and now we feel that our employees could also go through the same kind of thought process that we've been through, and that's perhaps the reason we made sure that our employees own our company. When we said that the owners work and workers own the firm, we really mean it. Every employee of the firm, partly or sizable way, they own our firm. That's it from me, and thank you so much.
Can I invite Saif on stage to felicitate Shaji, please?